OCs, also known as original characters. If you are an artist, you most likely have OCs. I know you do. And as an artist myself, of course I have my own original characters. Am I using this as an excuse to ramble about this made-up universe I've made? Yes. Because I just want to. Hi, my name is Allie, and I have been making a lot of animations here on YouTube. A lot of animated shorts, and I've inserted a lot of my original characters into them. And so, here's a thought. You guys might not know who these characters are and, their backstories, so I'm pretty much just going to explain their lore real quick. Just a couple things before we get started. Keep in mind that things might change. Some of these designs aren't solidified, so they might change or morph as time goes on. And probably in 10 years, this story probably won't even exist, or I could change their lore entirely. Who knows? I could change it in 10 years, I could change it in 2 years, I could change it by the time I post this video. But anyway, let's get started. Real quick synopsis of the story. It is called Ferns and Beans, and pretty much, we follow our main character, who I'm currently drawing, Peach, a 20-year-old anthro-axolotl, as she gets her first job at a rundown coffee shop called Ferns and Beans. A small place that doesn't get more than 5 customers per day. And she and the rest of her coworkers learn to navigate through relationships. It's a rom-com, a little bit of a drama. I don't know exactly what the genre is, but let's talk about Peach. Like I said, she's an anthro-axolotl who may or may not be on the spectrum, and now has to figure out how to have a job and a social life, two of which she's never had up to this point. She was pretty much an outcast for, most of her life up until the end of middle school, high school, when she met Axel and her to-be toxic boyfriend, Tucker. They want to get together during their school days, but they end up getting together around this point, when this story starts. Tucker I'll talk about more in a minute, but he's bad. He's a horrible boyfriend. Oh, and in case you're curious who Axel is, he's the pink axolotl with Peach, and you're probably wondering, oh, who's this other character? Well, this is Derek, and things are complicated between them. Peach sees him as a really good friend, but, well, we'll talk about it more in a minute. By the way, happy belated Autism Awareness Month. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was going to do a really cool piece for Autism Awareness Month, and then I only got around to, making this. If you're curious what the piece was gonna look like, I'll insert it right here, but pretty much I was just gonna have Peach, and several other autistic cartoon characters, like Carl from Arthur, Carl the Collector, Fred from Scooby-Doo, Ferb from Phineas and Ferb, SpongeBob, Norma from Paranormal Park, or whatever it's called, Luce from Owl House, Marcy from Amphibia. That's what I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah. Oh well, but happy Autism Awareness Acceptance Month. I don't know which is the correct term. I don't know if it's acceptance or awareness, but happy month. So does Peach like Derek? She doesn't know. The feelings are very complicated. And with that is Peach. Ah, Derek. You ever have that one OC that you just love to torture? That's kind of Derek. I say kind of, put the air quotes around kinda. So, who is this interesting wolf man that I alluded to having something with Peach? Well, I'm about to tell you. So this piece kind of shows more of his backstory. So let's get into that. After having a very rough family life, Derek decides to take up baseball towards the end of elementary school, through middle school, and up to his junior year of high school. This is where everything takes a turn in junior year. I won't go into detail, but let's just say some rumors got spread about him and costed him the game and costed him his full ride to college. So that's what the sad Derek is, him being told, you're kicked off of baseball. But then he meets Daphne. She's a very important character who I will draw towards the end. But she becomes his new girlfriend. And they stay together for a while. They tried to stay in touch after high school, but it was hard. I'm still working out the downfall, but the current idea right now is 2020 is canon, and during this time, they do move in together. Because they're young and in love and want to be together. Also, Derek's parents kicked him out, so he was homeless, so he decided to move in with her and help her out. And so they both did college online, and yeah. And once things started going back to normal, Daphne went back to college in person, and Derek went and got a job because, whoa, he's a college dropout! That's crazy. So anyway, eventually the two start falling apart because Daphne has work problems, and they just ultimately fall apart. And then Peach gets hired, and Peach changes a lot. See, Derek hates his job with a passion, and the only thing he looked forward to at the end of the day was going to see Daphne. But then their relationship got really strained, and then work just became like he just dreaded coming back home to Daphne because he never knew what mood she would be in, because her mood would fluctuate depending on work, and yeah. So once Peach gets hired and the whole Daphne situation's going down the toilet, Derek acquires feelings for her. But here's the plot twist. Does she reciprocate? I don't know. Cherry. What an interesting character Cherry is. She is the first to befriend Peach at Ferns and Beans. Yes, she does work at Ferns and Beans. No, I didn't really draw anyone in the uniform besides, like, the one other person that works there. But anyway, so Cherry's an interesting character. She's clearly got a edgy look to her, as you can clearly see by the sketches I did of her. So what's her backstory? Well, pretty much she was raised a good little girl, and then I'm pretty much like middle school girls suck. They bullied her. She became an outcast and became a loner, which eventually led to an emo phase, because of course it did. Emo scene, goth, whatever. She had the whole shebang. She wore dark clothes, she dyed her hair. Insert, like, Cherry's evolution right here, man. And so, of course her parents didn't approve of this, but she was a rebellious teenager. What do you expect of that? She did not have a lot of friends in middle school or high school, especially middle school. Once she got to high school, she would occasionally stand up to bully girls, but that was just about it. The only other people she would talk to are her romantic interests, which, by the way, Cherry is bi. So her friends became her partner, and then eventually she would break up with them, and then they would become her enemies, and yeah. Once she graduated, her parents kicked her out of the house because they hated the fact that she was a rebel and hated who she was dating. So now Cherry is out all on her own. Eventually she decides, maybe I do need to grow up and rejoin society, kind of. So she starts working at Ferns and Beans. And she is the only one who is sane there. Literally everyone hates their job except for Peach whenever she does join. But she's the only one that's trying to tolerate it. Pause to talk about the art for a second. So, when I was, like, moving things around, I accidentally shrunk Cherry too small. And I don't know if you can tell, but she's a little bit blurry compared to the other ones, and that bugs me because she's supposed to be the centerpiece, but oh well, I didn't feel like redrawing her. Anyway, she's by far the nicest person to Peach whenever she does join, followed by Derek. And yeah. That is Cherry. Let's go. Here's a man of few words. This is Red. Red's not his real name. Hold on, side note. Cherry's not Cherry's real name either. Her real name's Charlotte. Literally forgot about that. But no, this is Red. Real name? Rodney? I don't remember what it was. Probably Rodney. Red is just a simple guy, and there's no other way to put it. He had a fairly normal family life. The only time things got interesting was when he left. You see, Red wanted to be something you never want to be. A teacher. I only say this because I understand the absolute torture that teachers have to go through. But yet, Red wanted to be one, and as many times as his teachers tried to steer him away from it, he didn't listen. So he decided to go into the field of teaching, and boy, did it not go too well for him. He started college, and he decided to be an intern, help out with middle schoolers. Middle schoolers. Not elementary kids, middle schoolers. Let's just say after that nightmare, he decided to change his major. Oh yeah, and he also has a thing for Cherry. And the final worker of Ferns and Beans before we get to the big chief. We have Brittany. I want you to just look at her, take a long, hard look at her, and that is her personality. Brittany is the meanest towards Peach. She's just very awful. She was a spoiled rich kid. Wow. So why is she working at a coffee shop? Well, she assumed. And you know what they say about assuming. She assumed Daddy was going to pay for college. Daddy did not pay for college, so she never went to college. He told her to go get a job. But that's kind of hard to go tell a very spoiled rich kid to go get a job when you've been spoiling them their whole life. So, yeah, that was really hard for Brittany to, finally see that she's not the center of attention. She got a reality check when she went to a public high school after going to private school all her life. The audacity. She's the only one I drew in, the Ferns and Beans uniform, which is pretty much just, a white polo shirt and a green vest. Oh my gosh, I forgot what the color green was. Help me. Brittany is overall not the best person. There's a lot of these characters that are just, straight up awful for, no reason. Does she get a redemption arc? Who knows? We'll find out eventually. Or I'll figure it out eventually. And finally, the boss of Ferns and Beans. Yes, they have a boss, manager, whatever you want to call her. Zenny is pretty much in charge. She made Ferns and Beans with her own two hooves. Zenny also came from a wealthy family, but they taught her modesty, and she would, several summers, go to one of her parental figures. I don't remember which one or who it is, but, go to the family farm and do some hard Clydesdale work, because she's a horse. Specifically a Clydesdale. I know she doesn't have little feathering on her hooves. I've just come to the conclusion that she shaves. That's why she doesn't have that. She's a very, very hard worker. She worked hard to get everything she wanted. After, her hard farm days, she decided to get a business degree and start running her own business. Apparently that business ended up being a coffee shop, which didn't go very successfully. Ferns and Beans is not a very successful coffee shop. Not a lot of people come in. They're lucky if they get 10 people to come in at all, a lot. They average about a 5 customer per day. People just don't know it exists. Now, I bet you're probably wondering logistically how this works. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's a cartoon. Like, it doesn't matter. It's, like, somewhat realistic. Listen, man, I'm less focused on, like, logistics and more focused on, like, the relationships that happen, because the story's primarily, I'm considering it rom-com. It's a romance story. There's a lot of lovey-dovey stuff in it. Ew, I know. But don't worry, Zenny's not looking for a partner. She's not into all that. It's okay. Zenny is very independent and does not like asking for help. She's also not the healthiest individual, especially once she started running this place. She runs on energy drinks, and I will just go ahead and say it takes a toll on her, how she is. And also, because her business is not successful, of course she takes on other jobs to help pay for everything. Because of course she does. She's an overachiever. I really do like Zenny as a character, and I really like her backstory. I just really forget about her because she kind of just ends up getting swept under the rug. But she is really cool, and I need to draw her more. I don't, because she's a horse, and I'm not good at drawing horses. Horses are the bane of a lot of artists' existence. So let's move on. Is it weird to say I hate a character I created? Because, oh my gosh, I hate Tucker. I really hate him. But, like, he's my own abomination. So, the first animation I ever put on YouTube, I feel like that made me just hate him a lot. I don't know why. It just really did. And yes, we need to establish there is a difference between Tucker and Derek. I know they look similar because they're both wolfmen, but stylistically, they look different. Tucker is gray, Derek is orange. Tucker has his hair parted on the right. Derek has swoopy bangs that are parted on the left, I think. Don't quote me on the lefts and rights. I'm struggling with my lefts and rights here, people. So what's up with Tucker? Well, he had it rough too. He had a rough family life too, got ignored a lot. But that resulted in him having weird phases. I'll insert his evolution right here. As you can see, at one point, he had an emo phase. Gosh. One interesting thing about Tucker that I forget is that he very much questions his masculinity. I find it funny that I don't have last names for them, but I have their heights figured out, and Tucker is a whopping 5'6". He ain't that tall, and he's very subconscious about it. And what's his deal with Peach? Because you know Peach is here, and she was in the first animation I ever put, so like, what's going on here? Well, they were friends in high school. Air quotes around friends. He was a couple grades above her, but they were still friends. Eventually, after Peach drops out of college, because, yeah, she's also a college dropout. A lot of these boogers are college dropouts. But after she drops out of college, Tucker decides to date her. And let's just say these two are very toxic. Eventually, Peach finally dumps him after he catches her cheating on her. And this is when her and Derek's dynamic start. Yay, Peach and Derek. Peach and Derek's relationship is so interesting. But we're not here to talk about Peach and Derek. We're talking about Tucker. I have nothing more to say about Tucker. I would like to move on from Tucker now. And now we have Daphne. Lovely, I don't know what, so Daphne. What's up with her? I brought her up earlier with Derek. 'Cause she dated Derek in high school. Well, Daphne comes from a fairly wealthy family. Not necessarily rich, but, like, stable. very good family. And she had a normal life. She was normal. She was a little bit popular in high school, hence why Derek started dating her. But yeah, she was completely normal. And then, life has to come in and ruin everything like it normally does. She thought she had the rest of her life figured out, but I guess she didn't. She spends a lot of time in college, and then eventually she goes to work for her father's company. So my brain doesn't want to decide what the company is, so I'm just going to say it is like a Chenex from Gumball, if you know what I mean. Like a Chenex or a Rainbow Factory, just like a boring office job, Big corporation tied to a boring office job. So she starts working here, and it's fine, everything's going good. She's got a standard 9-to-5 job, and she's still making things work out with her partner, and, everything's all good and chill. But then eventually people start leaving this company, and she has to work later. So a 9-to-5 job goes to a 7-to-12 job. Well, I don't know if it's that exactly, but she starts working later, and, Derek starts missing her. He starts really just missing her, and that just ticks Daphne off, because she has long days, and she doesn't want to come back to a whiny boyfriend, It gets to a point where, at some nights, she just avoids going home, just because she doesn't want to see him. Yeah, I don't know what he did. That's just what I've decided currently.
Remember, guys, these things are subject to change. I'll figure things out later.
And last but not least, we have Dominic, or I will be referring to him for the rest of this little thing as Dom. I would say of the last two I've brought up, he's probably the least antagonistic, but he does go down a path of sorts. Pretty much, Dom used to date Brittany. Why? We don't know. He eventually finally gets the guts to break up with his horrible girlfriend. And then he meets Peach. Yeah, that's right. Peach has a type. After Dom breaks up with Brittany, Peach also breaks up with Tucker. So then, oh, hey, maybe they should date. And that's what Dom thinks. But Peach does not reciprocate those feelings, because her situation with Tucker was insane, traumatizing for her, traumatizing enough for her to not want to date anyone else. So of course she wants a break, but Dom doesn't really let her have that break. So pretty much the two just have a weird situationship type of thing. And as of right now, they don't end up dating. And that is Dominic. And with that, those are all of my OCs. To anyone who made it to the end of the video, thank you. I know it's a lot to watch a whole 25-minute video about OCs, but I had a lot to say. So to everyone who did make it to the end, thank you. If you want to see more stuff like this or generally interested in these characters, I'm currently trying to post a short animation every Saturday to the best of my ability, and maybe a long form at the end of every month. Maybe not. I don't know. We're working with what we got. Thank you for watching. If you want to, like and subscribe. Only if you want to. And I will see you next time. Bye.